Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learn with Shush. Today we are exploring a nutrient that plays a huge role in keeping us energized, that is carbohydrate. Whether you are preparing for the intense workout or simply curious about what is going on in your body after having the plate of rice, pasta or bowl of cereal. Yes, I'm talking about the carbohydrate, one of the major nutrients along with protein, fats, and water. So, before diving into the world of carbohydrate, let me give you a topic we will be talking today. आज चाहिँ हामी introduction to carbohydrate, function, classification, sources, digestion, absorption, and metabolism of carbohydrate. At last, I will be talking about the deficiency or disorder of carbohydrate. What happens when we take excess amount of carbohydrate and deficiency of carbohydrate? Do you know what exactly is carbohydrate? Carbohydrates is an organic compound and is a macronutrient as well, which are composed of hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen arranged into basic sugar molecules. Carbohydrates are organic compounds that contain single, double, or multiple sugar units. The formula for carbohydrate is CH2ON. N represents number of times. Human needs largest amount of carbohydrate. In our last video, we talked about the percentage of carbohydrate that we need to consume in our daily basis. 45 to 65% of total daily calorie, based on activity level, age, and health. So, for example, a person with 2000 calorie per day needs 900 to 1300 kilocalorie from carbohydrate, which means that a person needs 225 to 325 gram of carbohydrate each day. According to the Institute of Medicine of National Academies, the daily consumption of carbohydrates is at least 130 gram per day. It should not be less than that. Now let's move to the
Classification of carbohydrate.
carbohydrate can be classified in several categories based on their chemical composition and how they are digested and absorbed by the body. The main two categories are simple sugar and complex sugar. Simple carbohydrates are made up of one or two sugar molecules and they are quickly digested by the body. They provide a rapid source of energy. The two types of simple carbohydrates are monosaccharides and disaccharides. Example of monosaccharides are galactose, fructose, and glucose. Glucose, often referred as a blood sugar. Glucose is a primary energy sources for our body's cell. Fructose, also known as fruit sugar, and fructose is found in naturally in fruits, honey, and some vegetables. And galactose, it is found in dairy products. Galactose combined with glucose to form lactose. So let's move to the disaccharides. Disaccharides mean two sugar molecules. The example of disaccharides are sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Sucrose is found in common table sugar made up of glucose and fructose. They are found in sugarcane, sugar beets, and processed food. And talking about the lactose, it is found in milk and milk product made of glucose and galactose. About maltose, is also known as malt sugar, formed when starch breakdown found in food like malted grain. Now talking to the complex carbohydrate. So complex carbohydrates are also known as polysaccharides, are composed of hundreds to thousands of glucose molecules linked together. They take longer to break down, providing steady and long-lasting sources of energy. These sugars are mostly rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals as well. Due to their complexity, they take little longer and they don't raise the sugar level in the blood. It's quickly a simple carbohydrate. Example of polysaccharides are starch, glycogen, dextrin, cellulose, fiber, etc. Now, talking about the polysaccharide starch, it's found in a food like potatoes, rice, pasta, corn, bread. These are the long chain of glucose molecules. They are most common food of complex carbohydrate in our diet. So another is glycogen. Glycogen is the storage form of glucose in our body. Glycogen is a primarily stored in our liver and muscle. When your body needs the energy, glycogen is broken down into glucose for fuel. And dextrin. Dextrin is also polysaccharides compound derived from starch created by heating or enzymatic breakdown. It is used in a food as a thickener, binder, or sweeteners. Let's talk about fiber. Fiber is an indigestible form of carbohydrate. Since human cannot break fiber carbohydrate, they pass through the digestive systems whole and take other waste products with them. Diet low in fiber has problem with waste elimination, constipation, and hemorrhoid as well. Diet high in fiber have shown decreased risks of obesity, high cholesterol, and heart disease as well. Fruits, vegetables, whole grain products all contain high amount of fiber. There are two type of fiber. They are soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber is the type of fiber which dissolve in water and form like gel-like substance. It helps to lower the blood cholesterol level and stabilize blood sugar level of our body. So it is found in oats, apples, bean, and lentil, whereas insoluble fiber does not dissolve in water and it helps to prevent constipation and other disease. It is found in whole grain, nuts, and the skin of fruits and vegetables. You can see here the different type of fiber with an example. Next, move to function of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate plays a several vital function in our body. The key function of carbohydrate are it is main source of energy. You can see here when consumed, they are broken down into the glucose and transported through the bloodstream to the cell where they are used for the energy. Number two is energy storage, like glycogen. Excess glucose from carbohydrate is stored in the liver and muscle as a glycogen for later use. Third one is sparing protein for growth and repairs. So carbohydrate spare protein from being used as an energy source. It allows for its main function. When enough carbs are available, the body does not need to break down protein for energy. So this allows protein to be used by their primary function, that is bodybuilding and repairing muscle and enzymes. Number four is regulation of fat metabolism. Similar like a protein sparing effect, carbohydrate also helps to regulate fat metabolism. It helps to prevent breakdown of fat for energy in our body. Brain function, another one is, so it is really important. The chief food for brain is glucose. Number six is it supports digestive health because of fiber. I already talked about it. And number seven is regulation of blood sugar. I already talked soluble fiber that helps to lower our blood sugar and also help to maintain our cholesterol level as well. Number eight is providing sweetness and flavor. Carbohydrates are the essential for enhancing taste and texture for many foods, providing variety in the diet. So these all are the functions which I have listed here. Now move to digestion, absorption, and metabolism of carbohydrate. It's really important. So digestion is the process in which complex food of carbohydrate broken down into simpler one. We need to know about the what is the complex form of carbohydrate and simpler form of carbohydrate. Digestion involves both mechanical and chemical process that occur in the digestive systems, primarily in stomach and small intestine. The digestion of carbohydrate is influenced by several factors: the type of carbohydrate, enzyme activities, gastric pH, presence of fiber, meal composition, gut health, food form, hydration. So I have listed all factors that influence digestion. Digestion of carbohydrate is a step process from which starts from mouth and continue through the stomach and small intestine, where majority of carbohydrate digestion and absorption take place. So let's start from the mouth. Carbohydrate digestion begins in the mouth, where the salivary gland secretes saliva to moisten food. The food is chewed by teeth, tongue, and other structures, while salivary amylase begins breaking down the polysaccharides. So you can see on the board, complex foods with the help of salivary amylase is broken down partially. The chewed food bolus is then pushed into the pharynx by tongue and swallowed. It travels to the esophagus. Once food is swallowed, it is moved to the stomach by peristalsis movement. Once the food is reached to the stomach, carbohydrate digestion, especially held, it stops here because of stomach acidic environment. Stomach acidic environment inactivates the salivary amylase. So now move to the small intestine in duodenum. Duodenum receive bile salt, pancreatic juice, and intestinal juice. Okay, so this is the major site for carbohydrate digestion. Bile salt is produced by the liver and released through the gallbladder, make a favorable environment for carbohydrate digestion. So, and pancreatic juice, that is pancreatic amylase, it helps for further breakdown of carbohydrate, and we can get disaccharide form of carbohydrate. And with the help of intestinal juices, intestinal enzyme, that is lactase, sucrase, and maltase, which further break down into the monosaccharides. Disaccharides are changed into monosaccharides by the help of intestinal juice. You can see here. Within 1 to 4 hours after meal, all the sugar and most of the starches have been digested. Carbohydrates that were not digested and absorbed by the small intestine reach the colon, where they are partly broken down by intestinal bacteria. Fiber, which cannot be digested like other carbohydrate, is excreted with feces or partly digested by intestinal bacteria. This is all about the digestion. So now move to absorption of carbohydrate. It refers to the process by which the body take in a simpler form of carbohydrate, that is monosaccharides, fructose, glucose, and galactose, after they have been digested. These occur mainly in the small intestine, where the digested carbohydrate pass through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. So absorption is exactly how simpler form of carbohydrates are absorbed into the bloodstream, right? So we have three products: glucose, fructose, and galactose. So glucose and galactose are absorbed using active transport via SGLT1 transporter on the surface of intestinal cell. This process requires energy, ATP, and sodium ion to move glucose and galactose into the cell, whereas fructose is absorbed by facilitated diffusion through the GLUT5 transporter, which does not require energy. The rate of carbohydrate absorption in the small intestine is influenced by several factors like type of monosaccharides, presence of other nutrient, gastric emptying time, enzyme activities, intestinal health, our gut health, concentration gradient, transporter availability like SGLT and GLUT5, pH level, and food form and preparation. Now let's move to the metabolism of carbohydrate. Metabolism is the process by which the body converts food into energy and use it for growth, repair and daily functions. It consists two parts. One is catabolism and anabolism. So catabolism is breaking down and anabolism is generation or synthesis. So let's talk separately. What is catabolism? Anabolism form of carbohydrate. So anabolism of carbohydrate refer to the process in which body synthesize or build up larger carbohydrate molecules from the smaller one. This is primarily focused on storing energy and maintaining glucose level for future use. The main anabolic pathway for carbohydrate is glycogenesis and gluconeogenesis. What is glycogenesis? Glycogenesis is the process in which our body convert excess glucose into glycogen for storage. This occurs mainly in the liver and muscle. When blood glucose level are high after eating, insulin, which is secreted by the beta cell of pancreas, stimulate glycogenesis, allowing glucose to be stored as a glycogen for later use when blood sugar level drops. Come to the gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis is the process in which our body produces glucose from non-carbohydrate sources such as amino acid, lactate, and glycerol. So let's move to the catabolism. Catabolism of carbohydrate refer to the breakdown of larger molecule, that is glycogen, into smaller molecules like glucose, releasing energy in the process. Main catabolic pathway for carbohydrate are glycogenolysis, glycolysis, and citric acid cycle. Glycogenolysis and glycolysis are the two distinct metabolic processes involved in the breakdown of carbohydrate, but they occur at a different stage and different purposes. Glycogenolysis is the process by which glycogen is broken down into the glucose or glucose 6 phosphate. These occur mainly in liver and muscles, especially when blood glucose levels are low, such as during fasting or exercise. Glycolysis is the process by which glucose broken into pyruvate, providing energy in the form of ATP and NADH. It occurs in cytoplasm of the cell. The term is pyruvate decarboxylation is the process by which pyruvate produced from glycolysis is converted to acetyl coenzyme. These steps occur in mitochondria of cell and involves the removal of carbon dioxide molecules from pyruvates. And another in citric acid cycle, acetyl CoA is further broken down into mitochondria producing more ATP, NADH and FADH2. This is all about metabolism. So you can see the pictures here how our body maintain blood sugar homeostasis. Under aerobic condition, pyruvate is changed to the acetyl coenzyme. A. Under anaerobic condition, pyruvate is changed to the lactate. Now, at last but not least, we are talking about the disease or disorder related to carbohydrate. If we consumed excessive carbohydrate, it leads to obesity and dental caries, especially in children. So, obesity can ultimately lead to many complications such as diabetic, hypertension, and coronary heart disease, and many other diseases. High intake of carbohydrate may lead to hypersensitivity in children. Moving to the lack of carbohydrate. Lack of carbohydrate can lead to the use of protein to meet the energy requirement of the body because it is the priority. So it can lead to protein energy malnutrition, that is kwashiorkor and marasmus and develop further complications. And it also lead to fiber deficiency, which helps to develop different gut disease like constipation, hemorrhoid, and many other diseases. So this is all about carbohydrate. We talk about the introductions, function, classification, sources, digestion, absorption, and metabolism, and at last disorder. So thank you for watching my video. Hope you like my video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.